So I just finished kitting up this Aurora Borealis diamond painting, and today we are going to attempt some progress. Welcome or welcome back to the Unfinished Projects Club. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jen. Hi. This channel is all about unfinished projects, rotating hobbies, doing what we can when we can, dirtying up our glue dots. No pressure to be productive. Just grab your drink, your project, or just listen along. Sorry, y'all, it's a brand new glue dot, so it's gonna be cause headaches. You know, it wouldn't be an attempting progress video if some part of what I am using wasn't going to cause headaches. Anyways, hi, how are you all? As you can see, I'm using my lovely tray system I absolutely love. This one's probably a little overfilled. But yeah, we are starting in the upper, I turned it sideways, the canvas sideways. So we are starting in the upper right-hand corner from what you would have seen yesterday. And I do have to remember that it's on its side when I'm looking at these symbols, because, you know, knowing me, I will get puzzled because it doesn't take much these days. So I'm just trying to figure out, you know, get these drills going down the best way. I like these trays with rounds, as we all know. It does seem to be working well with the Diamond Dotz. I mean, I did just literally start, but so far I've got pretty good placement. The training circles are going to annoy me. I can tell you that right now, making sure everything is perfectly centered so that none of the circle is showing is going to be my downfall. Any of you that have watched me diamond paint in the past know that I am forever trying to make sure my drills are like perfectly straight. So yeah, that's gonna be hard for me to just like let it go. And one thing about this tray system I will say that I don't like is that, and maybe it's just because I have too much putty in here right now, but your drills will stick to any amount of putty anywhere showing. So even if you're overflowing just a little bit, because of the way it lines them up so perfectly, it will pick them up. So you do have to be wary about that. I put down a line and had another line right above it where drills didn't go for this particular symbol. So while I love this tray system, I will say there are some, you know, things that I got to work out. If I wasn't too impatient to single place, I probably would do that more often. Just because there's less of me tinkering around with drills trying to straighten them out. But I'm not a patient person, y'all. So anyways, how are you all? Hopefully everything's well. My last video was me kitting up this canvas. We looked at it, checked everything out. I had previously opened the box, so it wasn't like a brand new, see, I just did it. But I don't even know if drills go there. So let's find out. That one does. Look at that. So does that one. Oh, did I? That one doesn't. Okay. I accidentally put down almost an entire line of drills. Look at me, I'm pretty good. Not really. But yeah, we went over kitting up, we looked at the canvas, talked about the canvas, all of that. But in case you were not here for that video, I am working on an Aurora Borealis diamond painting from Diamond Dotz. My son gave me this canvas for Christmas, so I want to make sure I get it done, and then it looks absolutely beautiful. So he knows how much I appreciate his gift. What I am using today is I have a brand new pen from O'Brien Custom Turnings. I've got this a little while ago, but I've not used it yet. And I thought it would be good with this canvas. It's pretty. Look how pretty. Blue with some pearly swirls. In my single placer, I have blue dots. I'm using a curved tip from, can never remember the name of this shop on Etsy. I'll put it on the screen. It's only because it's not right in front of me, the name of the shop. I love using curved tips with round drills because with round drills, you have to, at least in my experience, lay them down with a rocking motion if you're multi-placing. And this works perfectly for that. And in that multi-placer, I have putty from Black Dahlia Diamond Company, or Diamond Art. There, you might want to see that. There we go. This is a Christmas cottage scent. I just ordered their February and March scents, so those will be here soon, and I am looking forward to smelling their beautiful springy scents. I'm sure it's going to be awesome. I like Black Dahlia, Dahlia's putty. So far, what I have noticed, it doesn't stick to my canvas a lot, especially because like with this, especially with this curved tip, it's easy to overfill it because it's not like a sharp metal edge. This is a 3D printed tip. So you don't have like that sharp metal edge when you're filling your putty that you can use to cut off. So you have to do the best you can when it comes to this putty, this tip. But I do, again, this putty is very forgiving for me. And that works well. See, I rocked. That line went down pretty well right on. So that's cool. So between my rocking tip and my drill tray, my storage system, it's great. I will put links to all these companies down below. I also have a trash tray here from Admiral's Zest. Kind of matches the area I'm working on a little bit. Yeah, I'll link all these companies down below, especially the name and the link for this company, because I can't, it's like on the tip of my tongue. Seriously, it's sad. But anyway, so yeah, I'm looking forward to working on this, getting some progress made, as it were. Seeing how far we can get today. Wow, did y'all just see that? I'm just throwing pens at myself and catching them apparently. And somehow did not spill this whole thing of drills everywhere. I don't know how I didn't. But I do need to reshake because I just messed everything up. But anyways, Yes, I'm a hot mess today. What else is new? I took the day off from work. Shh, don't tell anybody. I called in sick. I'm not so much sick, I'm tired. um, I didn't sleep well last night. Time change kills me, and we just had the time change. So I was up like 3-4 times last night. And yesterday I had to bring my college boy back to school, so I had a drive on top of not sleeping well. So it was great. It was great. He apparently didn't sleep well either because I was up in the middle of the night and he was texting me like, I can't sleep. I'm like, well, neither can I, but you have classes, so you need to get some sleep. Yeah, I am not one meant for training circles because then I get very particular about any part of that circle showing. Well, we've discovered that. But, like I said, it's a good looking canvas. I know I really didn't get into like deep dive into the drill field and all of that when I opened it with you all. But it is, like I said, it's Diamond Dotz. There are 48 colors, and it's not that big of a canvas considering there's 48 colors. It is 50.8 by 28 centimeters. So it's a mid-sized canvas. I have a section here open that's about 12.5 by 9 centimeters. I think those are the size sections I'm gonna go for, and my goal is to complete 3 of them. I have it turned on its side and I'm gonna do rows that way. But the drill field, really crisp, very clear. There's no symbols that look wonky. So any mistakes made there are going to be user error. I'll tell you that right now. I am using a brand new glue dot though, like I mentioned, so I will have to stop every now and again to condition it, is the nice way of saying get it dirty. Because while glue dots are awesome, brand new, they are difficult to use, as you can see here. That's when I first started trying them, I wasn't sure that they were meant for me because I could not get drills to lay down. And that's when I realized, oh, it's because it's so sticky that it's just going to stick to everything. Okay, well, we're going to play that game like that. Usually, you know, touching it to your clothing. Sometimes oils on your skin will do it. I don't tend to have oily hands, especially this time of year. So unfortunately, my skin is a little too dry to do that right now. So clothing it is. It's always exciting to start a new diamond painting though, isn't it? So, what projects are you all working on? Anybody starting anything new this week? There we go. Sorry. So yeah, well, I'm just gonna see how much I get done today. I mean, I took the day off purposefully because I knew I wanted to get some diamond painting in. And I didn't want to be all tired after work. So I know yesterday, or not yet, well, yeah, yesterday when I filmed it, but my kitting up video at this, I was talking about not having enough time to take off to go visit my mother-in-law in Florida, but I have sick time I can use every now and again. And I take mental health days every now and again because you know what? You need them. You just do. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to have to fix this putty. It's a bit overfilled. And I knew I was going to do that. There was some stuck on the other side of the drills. This is after I just told you that, oh, it never sticks to the canvas for me. And well, here we go. Me finding the situation in which it does. But it did come off quite nicely. I will give it that. There we go. Just pushing it down in a little bit more. Hopefully that helps. Ooh, it smells good. Anyway, but yeah, I kind of decided last night while I was laying in bed not sleeping that, yeah, I think I'm going to take a day off. I dropped Floof off at school and then came back home and sat on the couch and fell asleep again. So I guess I caught up. That's nice. That was good. Well, much needed. Hope my boy at school, at college, got some sleep too. I have not heard from him today. He will be in classes all day. He absolutely loves his schedule. Not, that was sarcasm. Guess I'm done with this symbol. Cool. Moving on to the next. Yeah, he has all of his classes on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, so he is booked solid. And he finds that to be very stressful. So it was kind of not an intentional thing, kind of just how it all ended up. His scheduling was just odd for spring semester. Oh my word, y'all. You'd think I've never done this before. Maybe I am still tired. I'm gonna have to cut off this cover paper. I still have some of the cover sheet on here too. I think that's what's got me. But anyway. Yeah, I am a single woman for a couple of days. Hubby is out of town visiting his mother in Florida with stepdaughter. My mother-in-law is snowbirding. She's never done that before, so it's her first time. So she was very proud of it and wanted everyone to come down and see her. And as I mentioned during the kit up, I don't have as much time off built up this year as he does, so I decided to stay back, which is fine. They're gone for a couple of days. They'll be home before I know it. And that just gives me some me time. You know, everyone needs a little me time, right? I've been busy at work the past couple of weeks, so gives me some time to catch up there, you know, do things around the house. It is all good. They're having fun though. They just got there yesterday, but already had to hit the pool. He had to make sure to tell me that the pool was heated to 88 degrees. I'm like, man, he's like, yeah, it's too warm, but it's still refreshing. I'm like, I know, that's like me temp. I love it when the pool water's warm. Give me bath water. He loves to joke around with me because I am always cold. I don't warm up. I like even in the summertime, I'll get cold in the air conditioning. I'll have to step outside to warm up. He calls me a reptile. Maybe I am. See, that little section kind of went down nicely. I'm getting back into the round drill groove. But yeah, so they did that yesterday. I guess today they're going to Cocoa Beach. When he said that, it reminded me, has anybody ever watched I Dream of Jeannie? Because wasn't that where they were? It was Cocoa Beach. That show took place in Cocoa Beach, if I'm not mistaken. Or am I just going crazy? Let me know if you recall, or if you're like, what show? Are you losing your mind again? Because if not, y'all need to watch it. It was a cute little show. It's like, what was it on in like the 60s, 70s? It had Larry Hagman and Barbara Eden. Larry Hagman pre-J.R. Ewing from Dallas. Very young Larry Hagman. He was an astronaut. You know, the space program back then was like a big deal. It was new. And she was a genie. He found the bottle and became her master. So it was a favorite show of mine growing up. I always thought it was cute. But yeah, I think they were in Cocoa Beach. And then not only is hubby out of town, but my floof, he does drama. He's not usually in the productions, but he's a techie. And they have a musical coming up next weekend. So this week and next week, he is going to be at school until Lord knows when. So I'm probably going to have to go get him at like 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. So I am really on my own today. What is a girl to do with herself? Yay! I think I'm done with that color too. Ooh, it's coming along nice, isn't it? So this week, like I said, I want to get this row done. There'll be 3 sections about this size. Done for my WIPCO goal. I know it's not much. And if it doesn't take me that long, then I will, by all means, maybe try and get 2 rows done. We'll see. But that's, you know, the tentative goal. I also have some minis to work on as part of the Mini Madness event. I'm doing a set of 80s mini dazzles from Diamond Art Club. Got a solid start on that last week too. Got a couple done. I'd like to get a couple more done this week, so we shall see. Oh, y'all, when I was doing this last week, in my last whip and chat is when I started the first one with you all, and it was the Polaroid camera, right? So Floof is sitting here watching me finish it up the other day. He's like, oh, it's an old-fashioned camera. And I'm like looking at him like, yeah, it is. I'm like, oh, I'm proud you knew that. Well, he's like, Mom, I know what vintage things are. There's a YouTuber that shows them. I'm like, oh my God, I'm vintage now? So then I go through and I'm showing him the other canvases from the set to see if he recognized everything. And he did for the most part. Until I got to the VCR tape. He didn't know what it was. He's like, oh, it's a cassette tape. I said, no, not quite. I said, it's a tape. It's a kind of tape, but it's not the kind that plays music. I said, this one plays movies. Oh, there was tapes that did that? Oh, dear me. I'm like, yeah, there was, hon. I said, this is a VCR tape or a VHS tape, depending on who you are. But yeah, I'm like, oh my goodness gracious me, boy. Killing me. I mean, I'm so glad to know I'm vintage. That just made my day. But yeah, it was cute. Like, I can't. Oh, it was just one of those incidental. He didn't even purposefully try to make me feel old. He just did. Believe you me, he likes to tease me and purposefully make me feel old. But my boys love to pick on their mommy. But yeah, I got a couple done last week. Like I said, I got the camera done and the boombox. I did the boombox. So we'll see what I decide to do this week. These aren't so much in any kind of order. I don't know why I keep looking at the thing, trying to figure out where to put my tray back. Diamond Dotz doesn't use DMC codes. So I will have to look that up at some point to see what's what. But yeah, these are not in any kind of order, either on the legend or kitted up. All right, where am I going next? Little square. Where are you? Square. There we are. Dropped one. All right. Anyways, I am squirreling a lot today, aren't I? Sorry. There we go. Still working on my coloring page. I haven't really gotten too much done with it because I got some new pens in. Yes, I know. But I've been swatching them to see if some of them work a little bit better than the colors I already had picked. I wanted some newer pens that were finer tip because there's the last few bits of my picture are really tiny spaces, and the brush tip markers were going to be really hard to work on in there, I think. I mean, maybe if you're not me, it's not, I don't have a light hand. I'm very heavy-handed when it comes to diamond painting. I'm heavy-handed when it comes to coloring. So I know that about myself. I blame elementary school for that. The school I went to a Catholic school up until 6th grade. They were very particular about how you colored your pictures in. You had to press down hard with your crayons. If you didn't press down hard, you weren't putting down enough color. So no like coloring over the page lightly. No, you press down hard with those crayons. So I press down hard when I color and when I diamond paint. And don't ask me. I don't know the reasoning. I don't know why. Guess they wanted to make sure we were getting our money's worth out of our crayons. I don't know. Well, that isn't even the half of it. They'd tell you what colors to put where. It was fun. But anyway. So yeah, I'm probably a little too heavy-handed to use brush markers effectively, unless it's like on a really big area. And I'm okay. Oops, lost one. Ah. Yeah, see, it picks up what's next to it too sometimes. Which can be a pain, but it's okay. It's okay. As long as you remember that and knock them off, you're fine. I knew that was going to be a jumbled mess. Oh, Lordy. Okay. Still have not done a whole lot with my cross stitch lately. I'm bad. I brought it with me. I had to wait for the boys somewhere last weekend. And I brought it with me, but then I ended up getting distracted doing something else. So I never even touched it. They were making fun of me for it because I get back in the car and they're like, "Did you even touch your cross stitch?" No. I know. Oh, that one went up. Not the flat side down. Come on. Oh yeah, that just flung onto the floor. Yeah, working on those 80s diamond paint, mini canvases, it reminded me of conversations I would have had with my students back when I was teaching too, because you know how they are with their cell phones. I mean, luckily, more school districts are implementing a no phone policy, which they need to, because I know when I was still in the classroom, that was always a big fight. Your phone doesn't, oh, my light pad just ran out. It's okay. You know, your phone doesn't need to be out 24/7. It's not glued to your hand. But yeah, that was always a big fight. So I know now they're a little bit better about it because my son, when he's at school, if I text him to ask him something, I won't hear from him until school lets out, which is good. Which is good. I'm not going to complain. That's how it should be. And that was a conversation I used to have with them. Like, you know, back in my day, we didn't have cell phones. Well, how did people call you? I was like, it was this amazing thing. They had to call your house. Let me get my power bank real quick. I will be right back. All right, and we're back, and I can see. Yeah, back to what I was saying. Yeah, no, the whole concept of people actually having to call you at home, and I told them, I said, you know, they had to call you at home, and get this, your dad answered, and he decided whether or not you were even allowed to talk. Maybe he was waiting for a phone call, and you weren't allowed to use the phone until he got it. I know. I said, and it was a phone attached to the wall in your kitchen sometimes. So when people talked to you, the whole entire house sat there and listened. Even more fun. I think I would traumatize some of them when I'd tell them these stories. I didn't use cover paper this time. I just washed it off my section and cut through the plastic. I am really bad at that. I can't cut in a straight line to save my life. I'm trying to be careful and not cut through the canvas. That's generally why I don't do it this way, but I did today. Anyway. What is something normal nowadays that you think would have shocked people 30, 40 years ago? That cell phones for sure. Just the fact that everything you need is right there in your pocket. Because I even remember in elementary school, you know, learning math. And, you know, we weren't really, they didn't promote the use of calculators at the time. You know, we had them, obviously, but their big thing was you needed to know how to do your math without the calculator, because when you're older, you're not going to have a calculator in your pocket. Little did they know. The fact that network TV isn't so much a thing anymore, maybe. You know, when I was younger, you know, your shows were on a certain time of the week, and that was that. There was no, you know, saving it to watch later. There was no skipping over the commercials. There was no binge watching the entire season. I mean, at best, once VCRs came out, you could tape it and then just skip over the commercials that way. But good luck getting the timing just right and not like missing parts of the show or ending up watching commercials anyways, because you'll Didn't overshoot it enough. Some people had those fancy VCRs that could detect when the commercials were over. I was not one of them. That going out to play until the streetlights came on would eventually not be a thing to do. I used to get in trouble if I wasn't outside playing. My dad would come home to eat lunch every day because he worked right down the street. And that was our cutoff. That was, you know, if you're not outside playing by the time Dad comes home for lunch, you're going to hear about it. So the TV was off, whether it was Saturday morning and cartoons are on or not. TV was off when Dad came home for lunch, and you were either doing what you needed to get done in the house, or you were outside playing, assuming the weather was nice. Even in the winter, you better be outside playing. Just bundle up. This little teeny tiny piece of trash. So far, these have not been trashy drills. But there are little teeny tiny little pieces of trash in some of them, like remnants. That's not good. I can see the circle. That's gonna be annoying for me. What things can you all think of? Things that were normal for us back then that would have been like pearl clutching, shocking for people these days, especially the kids. Where is that fancy end? No, it's a yellow one. Well, this is different. It's only a couple of these from what I can tell. Which one did I grab? Oh my lord. Jeez. Lose my head if it wasn't attached, people. Well, let's finish up this color and then I will let you go. Those are nowhere near on the circle. OMG. There we go. I have to say, I'm still a fan of the trays. I like the way they line up the drills for a round canvas. Between that and my curvy multi-placer, I think I've got a good system here. Unfortunately, no, they would not work for a square canvas. The grid system it's meant for rounds. I believe in one of my bald eagle videos from before the holidays, I grabbed some round drills and poured them into one just to see how it worked. And they were very much off kilter and wonky. But anyway, well, we've got some progress here, y'all. What do we think? Looking good so far. I'll work on getting this finished up today. I don't like leaving a section exposed, but beyond that, I guess this is where we'll leave it. Progress was attempted and progress was made. Can't complain about that. Well, thanks for joining me. I will see you in the next one. Bye.